and welcome to a foggy morning. I've come out to this church ruin, which is literally a mile and a half from the home. The fog's lifting quite quickly, so I didn't want to travel too far. But as you can see, I've got here and there's this pretty much brand new fence around it, and I've got to abandon this and get somewhere else before the fog lifts entirely. Well, I decided to come to another spot which is very open, lightly wooded in places, but open with quite a lot of water. So I'm hoping, and indeed it looks like, that the mist fog is still lingering, although it's clearing from the places I've driven through to get here. And when I say the places I've driven through, I don't mean I haven't driven far. I suppose as the crow flies, I live about 2 miles, maybe 2.25 miles. I've lost a lot of mist, a lot of fog, an awful lot of fog. So I'm rushing because this is lifting faster than I would like at all. So I haven't even got my backpack on, bear with me. I've got it over one shoulder. That is better. Earlier in the year I got one of these wonderful reed heads. It's drifting with dew against an incredibly light background. Today I'm not sure I'm going to get that. Yes, there's some dew. Yes, there's some fog, and yes, it's vanishing fast. So who knows? It might be one of those vlogs where I get nothing, or maybe, oh heck, I don't think there's anything in it, but it's worth sharing. It is glorious, it's lovely. It's one of those, well, do I try that and know that I'm gonna lose any other mist? Not that there's a great deal left, there really isn't. I expected there to be more hanging over the wetland. I'm not gonna try it. If I try it now, all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna miss any possible opportunity down here, which I think is gone anyway. But I'm out for a walk, so let's see what we get. There's a bit of leaf fall here, but so far not a great deal of colour change in the trees. It's very minimal. Maybe autumn hasn't quite reached Norfolk yet. Everything's still very green and, disappointingly right now, not very misty and foggy. Oh well. Try to get out, try to do the right thing for a landscape photographer, which is see fog, get the hell outside. Went to the place that I really wanted to get to because I could see it lifting, very little fog inside the ruin itself, so it wasn't something that I felt I could do anything about in terms of photography. It wasn't worth staying to try to capture something that probably wouldn't have been that good and would have meant that I definitely would have got here and missed everything. You've got to be pragmatic about the location you're in at the minute. You've got to be able to assess the situation that you're in at the moment and try to second guess, is it going to get any better? Is it worth staying and finding something, or is it worth just the kind of upping sticks and moving on and finding something else? And we can't always know the truth of that. Now, for instance, this morning, I know that the conditions are going to get worse for me, so I need to move quite quickly. I need to ensure that I am going to a spot that I will be able to get something before those conditions change irrevocably for the day. And that's what I tried going to the ruin. And unbeknownst to me, they fenced it off and I couldn't get to a lot of it. And equally, the fog wasn't that thick there. It hadn't really penetrated the small woodland around it, which is equally a shame. But I assessed it, I got out there quick and came here. And even now, it's not great. So, the point being, as I'm sure you've managed to establish in your own mind, but I'm going to say it, try to work out whether the location you're in is going to yield anything in the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever. And if you think it isn't, move on. Because there might be a great shot somewhere else that you're missing while you're prevaricating. Okay, into the woodland, but I don't think there's much in the wood either. So I think, again, a good example of what I've just been talking about. Yeah, there's literally, I mean, there's just nothing here. You can see that all we have is green, indeed, a bit of brown, but not a lot. Flat light though, so it's good for woodland shots. I don't think it's worth staying here, so I'm going to go back out to the footpath. The mist is, it's vanished. Totally gone. And I don't know what I'm going to get now. The only thing I can think of is a bit of detail. I keep going back to these ferns, not ferns, are they? They're reed heads. But very little mist, very little wind, tiny breeze. You can probably just see them moving ever so slightly. But there's not a lot of dew. I do have macro lens with me, so I might be able to pick up some detail from that. But in truth, I don't know. Now, I wasn't expecting to come out and get nothing today, and it's not disappointing. It's the way it goes. So we're beginning to get a turning of the silver birch there. There's a bit of nice coloured light on the branches there, but again, is there a shot there? I like it to the naked eye. Whether I'd like it on a larger screen or a print, I'm not sure. But I do like, because there's not a lot kind of peeking through, I do like the way that, I don't think the exposure's showing this, but I do like just the colour of the branches there. It's only a relatively small tree. I do like the way the colour of the branches are being set off, itchy, against the darkness of the background. I don't know. It's one of those, again, do I shoot that? Or do I look for something else down here? Or do I just try and find some detail in one of those spider's webs maybe? Get very close. I don't know. I'm going to get the camera out and I'm going to see whether I can make a decent or half decent stab at that. I'm not convinced about it. Not convinced, but we'll give it a go. .12 to 40 lens. I'm not confident of this. We'll give it a go. 125th of a second. f4.5. Slightly underexposed. As I say, I'm not that confident of it, but It's it's the first shot of the day, the only shot of the day so far. The first shot is always the only shot, isn't it? Anyway, let me know what you think of it. Okay, well, I hate this. Wish I hadn't taken it at all. Just messy, and I don't know what I saw in it. Let me know what you think, and if you're enjoying this abject failure, click the like button. Something large just went into the water over there. What the hell was that? Bear. Hell, that is not a sound that I'm used to hearing here. Don't know what that was. It sounded like a cat. Maybe it's a black shuck. Is that what it's called around these parts? Black shuck? If it's black, and that lot, I should see it coming. A bird hide further down here. Don't know whether I'm going to get anything with that. I do have my 40 to 150 lens with me, but I don't have the 2x teleconverter, so I'm not going to be doing much bird photography here. But, well, we will see. There's got to be something in the detail, because there's nothing in the landscape. Literally nothing in the landscape is now just totally flat without atmosphere, tiny bit of haze, and that's not doing it for me. Anyway, here's the bird hide. I'll come into the bird hide more to just have a little sit down, not that I've walked far, and a bit of a reflect. One shot. Is that a failure? Well, it's just the way it goes. For me, in my mind, if you look at it as a failure, then you'll probably never go out again, because, well, what if you fail again? And what if you fail the next time? And what if you don't get anything good the time after that? Do you just give up because you're no good, or do you go out again and again and again until you get that banging shot, until you practice and really hone the skills that you need to become a good photographer, or even a half-decent photographer? Because you've always got to remember that a lovely scene that you see with your eyes doesn't necessarily make a great photo. In actual fact, in most cases, it doesn't. You've got to place the elements in the right places to create a still image that someone can stare at, look into, understand, know perhaps what you were feeling at the time, or something that stirs up some emotions in them, something that makes them say, wow, or yeah, that's good, or just anything, something that sparks a response rather than, and walk off. And that takes time, it takes practice. And I'm constantly questioning whether or not I have that skill. There is, good God, there's a Marsh Harrier, huge. I think it's a Marsh Harrier, it's massive. Maybe even another one. Until I put my glasses on, I wasn't sure what it was. That could be a heron, yes, another one as well. You see, maybe just stopping here, I mean, they're quite close. Of course, I've got the wrong lens on the camera. They're flying together. Wonderful bird. Wonderful bird. But I don't have the right lens really for this. Come on, I'm fiddling. Come. Shutter, priority. Lens cap, take the lens cap off. Where's it gone? Ah, heck. Right, no, where's it gone? Have I lost it? Big focus area. I've lost it. There are two. I think I'm enjoying sitting here for a bit, so I'm just going to sit here a little and chill. See whether anything else comes into view across the water here. I'm going to treat today as one of those learning experiences, and if there's anything I've taken from it, it's get the hell out of bed earlier. Because had I been up half an hour, 40 minutes before, I'd have got some atmospheric shots. So I have seen a potential shot in something just as I was walking around. And let me kneel down. There's some nettles here, and they're just picking up just the faintest hint of dew on them, the leaves. I'm not trying to get in too close, I think. I just think the pattern, the shapes of the nettles are quite interesting. I'm going to go at f8. I'm going to have to increase my ISO a little. So I'll go up to 400. F8 gives me 100th of a second. Breeze has picked up a little bit here, so we do need to freeze this. Even 100th of a second may not be enough. Just looking to see whether I can find just a nice pattern. It's relatively flat, so I don't have a great deal of depth to capture. And actually I think this is quite nice here. There's a rather dominant one on the lower third. Just, oh, these are nettles. I'm going to get stung. No, that one, that's just kind of getting in the way and messing it ever so slightly. Let's move that. And then there's that. Just bring that at the back. And this is a very monochrome image. That is to say, it's all green. It might work well as black and white as well.